Also tonight, some in Cornelius feeling heated over skyrocketing gas bills.
Yeah, the Dominion Energy customers say that they are spending hundreds more nowadays, but they're using the same amount of gas as before. WCNC Charlotte's Austin Walker tries to get them some answers to their question, where's the money?
Here's a stack of gas bills from residents who live in Cornelius who also use Dominion Energy. They are saying their gas bills are anything but consistent. One time coming in at $50 and then another time coming in over $180. Tonight they're seeking answers, and also they're looking at the commission. The commission saying the answer on why is a lot more complicated than you think. If you ask these three, life gets better with age.
We like to drink wine too, so I'd rather be playing cards and drinking wine.
Retiring in the Tar Heel state.
They call them the golden years.
But instead of worrying about whether to call or fold,
the $180 bill.
They're left trying to figure out how to pay a much larger gas bill.
I get my bill and I said, whoops, I forgot to pay last month's gas bill.
$100 more than usual.
And then I'm looking, and then I noticed there's this notice saying, oh, by the way, we're increasing you.
The gas rate climbing. Capone saying in January of 2020, the rate coming in at 88 cents. In 2022, $1.06. And in 2023, up to $1.64.
We're on a fixed income. Most people, in their 70s are, Social Security.
Flipping through Eleanor Berry's bills, she was left trying to figure out why it was also skyrocketing.
I usually do lots of baking and lots of cooking. I didn't do any of that this year because I was having surgery on my back.
They took these concerns to the North Carolina Utilities Commission.
We're always concerned.
James McLawhorn, director of the Energy Division of the Public Staff, the consumer advocate for people like Capone and Berry, telling WCNC Charlotte the cost of wholesale gas has climbed.
2021, the wholesale price of gas was, for instance, in the $3-4 range. Last year in 2022, it got up to the $8 to $9 per MMBTU range.
Companies like Dominion buy gas from sellers in the Gulf of Mexico, but those sellers are seeing a huge spike in demand.
Russia supplied a lot of the natural gas to Western Europe. They cut a lot of that off. So the U.S. company started exporting natural gas in tankers.
Adding economic struggles like labor force are also driving up prices.
I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore.
Thinking about others in worse financial situations.
I'm speaking out for people that the single mother with 3 kids and has to pay.
Or even generations after.
They'll never have enough money to have a home, let alone pay bills like this.
And as they flip through stacks of bills, they reminisce on how they'd rather spend their golden years. In Cornelius, Austin Walker, WCNC Charlotte.
And the commission says if you are having trouble paying your bill, you can contact the gas company. If you still need help afterwards, McLawhorn says that you can call the Public Service Division about possible deferred payments or programs to help. And we know that rising bills are always a concern for folks.
And with that in mind, we are taking a closer look at some actions you can take to help keep your costs down. Number one, get an electricity audit. A lot of electric companies offer a free audit and tips to reduce the bill. You can also do a DIY energy audit with instructions from the U.S. Department of Energy's website.
You can also adjust your thermostat. The Department of Energy says you can save as much as 10% on your heating and cooling costs by adjusting that thermostat 7 to 10 degrees for 8 hours a day.
Turn down your water heater. Many water heaters set their thermostat at 140 degrees Fahrenheit, but most houses would be fine with 120 degrees. Be sure to check your owner's manual for instructions or call a professional if you have further questions.
And then also this, perhaps turn off and unplug those items you aren't using. Phantom energy, which is the energy your appliances use when they're not turned on but they're still plugged in, can cost an average of $100 per year.
And now let's talk water usage. While it might sound counterintuitive to run the dishwasher rather than hand washing, any dishwasher made since 2013 doesn't use more than 5 gallons of water per load. The U.S. Geological Survey estimates it takes at least 9 gallons to hand wash a load of dishes.